Hi again, it's Dorothea Hendricks. We've been having a series of short videos all about body language. We've talked about posture, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact. And today we're going to go off the beaten track a bit and talk about space, but it's still how you look on camera and how your space comes across when you're in a virtual meeting on Zoom or another virtual platform. So today, space. Couple of things about space. Well, I mean, right now, many people are working out of their homes where they would have before gone into a physical office space. But because of the pandemic, social distancing, and all the concerns for health, more and more people have carved a space inside their home for a home office. And that's a challenge because we have other family members, friends popping in, kids, cats, and dogs, and doorbells ringing. So there are a lot of distractions. So here are 5 tips I hope can help you the way they've helped me in kind of defining my space, my home office. Tip number 1, make sure that it's clean. Your space is clean. It's amazing to me when I'm looking through gallery view, I see people that have boxes and buckets and different things that just, show, ooh, you got a space and it's filled with all this other stuff. Make sure that it's relatively clean and old coffee cups and everything else. Make sure it's clean. Number 2, make sure that there are no distractions, which again might refer to tip number 1 about cleanliness and no clutter, but no distractions. Sometimes we may have little bits and pieces, little artifacts or pieces of art or little doodads that we think are just so cool to have on our desk. And they might be cool maybe in an office environment where the environment and the feeling is totally different. But here you are in a little box, in a little view with maybe from the head down to your rib cage or your shoulders. And so anything else that detracts away from the meeting or what's being said, get rid of it. Don't have it there because somebody will glom onto it and then that's where their attention will go instead of paying attention to the meeting. So no distractions. Make sure your office space is clean and free of clutter. Tip number 3, lighting. I'm always having to do something with lighting. Some reason I just can't get it right. But I think the key thing with lighting is make sure people can see your face. Sometimes when lighting comes from behind you, you're a shadow. No, that's in the movies where you want to be a shadow, not here in a Zoom meeting on the virtual platform. So make sure that people can see your face and that you're well lit and that your office space is well lit. You're not in a dungeon. And that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, if there is going to be a lot of noise or the kids are home from school, something is happening, put on headphones and plug them in so that we don't hear the noise in the Zoom meeting. And tip number 5, and this is for all these people that have these wonderful virtual screens, that are somehow put into the computer. I don't know about all the technology of it, but I see people have some virtual screens and they're cool. However, if it's not stable, don't use it. It drives me bats and around the bend multiple times when people have a virtual screen and then they have to go and give a presentation. They're talking about something and they're bleeding and fading into the screen. This is like Outer Limits or the Twilight Zone. Whoop, no, stop it. To be professional, when you're doing a presentation, when you are adding a comment to the meeting, you want to be seen, not go disappearing, do the disappearing act into the virtual screen. So unless it's stable, I'm going to say, get rid of it. Space is important. How you come across in this little itty bitty box in gallery view is important. Don't take it for granted because as I said earlier, not only are you looking at it, other people, they are also looking back at your space and they're looking back at you. For that now, I'm going to say goodbye and connect with you next time on another topic, probably having to do with body language and how to be more effective when you're communicating on Zoom.